Hi there, this is Heath, and we're here at Four Oaks Farm Sport Horse Rehabilitation and Recovery Center. And today we're going to talk about Sulcus Thrush. Now, before I lose you, I know that people don't really give much regard to thrush, right? It's just that black gooey stuff that you throw some bleach on and you call it good. And that's what a lot of people do. Not the case for Sulcus Thrush. So you can see exactly what I'm talking about before we dig into this. I'm going to insert some photos. And you can see what's going on here. You've got these heels that are split in the middle. That is a wound. That's an open wound that should not be there. It's supposed to be a dimple instead of a crack. It's supposed to be closed. There's nothing that's supposed to get in there. And so the thrush creates that, and then that's their safe haven, because thrush is anaerobic. It wants no oxygen. So the deeper it gets, the happier it is. So it loves down inside there. And so the bacteria is going to go in there, and this happens especially in the summer when it's really warm temperature. So the bacteria is going to go in there no matter what. And in the summer, it'll just go dormant. It just sits in there and it does nothing. All it takes, though, 100 degrees outside, that horse steps in the water bucket slop over, the moisture goes up inside that heel, it activates the bacteria and goes crazy, starts eating that tissue. But it's stuck down in there and it's too hot outside, so it doesn't show into the clefts like everybody's expecting to see thrush right here. Sulcus thrush is up inside this heel, and in fact I'll show you this. So that tissue right here, that's where thrush wants to eat. That's where it wants to thrive, right there. So the deeper in it gets, the happier it is. And in the summer, as I was saying, it doesn't show up in the clefts, so you can't see it, you can't smell it, you don't know it's there. All you know, though, is now that horse, he's just off, and you can't figure it out. And you're thinking it's a hock, or it's a stifle, or it's some sort of soft tissue problem, when so often it's because he has an infection in his heel. And this is a big deal. So if you have an infection in the heel, and we sport horses here, and barrel horses, and any kind of a sport horse especially, if he has an infection in his heel, he's going to be walking on his toe. And if he's walking on his toe, that means he's unbalanced, which means he absolutely cannot do his job at 100% because he's favoring that infected heel. So we see it here all the time with these jumpers. These jumpers go over the jumps, they have an infected heel on this side, they throw this side heavily into the ground, and they blow up this side. So they end up with massive soft tissue problems here. So we're gonna go into how to solve this. The one thing I'll say in this video is that you absolutely do not want to use anything caustic down inside that heel crack, because again, it's live sensitive tissue and it's going to get damaged. So if you do that, if you put something caustic in there, let's say the bleach again, even a 10%, even a 20% bleach, it's going to kill the bacteria. It's going to do the job. The issue is it damages that tissue. Now that tissue has to recover from being burnt. Meanwhile, the new bacteria goes right back in there and it sees the necrotic tissue that we just created, and now you're in this thrush cycle that you can't get out of. One other tip about that is any horse that has these heel cracks is going to get active thrush 4 to 8 times a year. You're only going to see it a couple times a year when it shows up in those clefts. The rest of the time, it's going to get stuck in that heel, it's going to fester in there, you're not going to see it, you're not going to smell it, you're not going to know it's there. And so that is a major, major problem for a lot of these horses. So again, we're going to jump into another video. We're going to talk about how to solve this problem and what it is exactly that we're looking for. And I think in some of the photos, we'll show you a before and after so you see what that is. Anyway, for now, I'm going to check off and we'll go into some of the other lessons in a little bit. Take care.